This program is part of the Cosmic Potato Podcast Network. For more shows like this, visit our website at cosmicpotato.com.
Hey, listen!
All right, you guys, podcast time.
Make it so.
It's me, Mario!
I'm Batman. Strong am I with the Force.
Are you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
You're a wizard, Harry.
And welcome to World War G episode 184. I'm Troy.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Colton.
All right.
I got Pokemon shamed yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, I got called. It was like almost felt like a hate crime. I was hanging out with a friend, and
Were you wearing your Pikachu suit?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Yeah, I didn't want anyone to peek at me.
Peek at my chew.
Yeah, I was hanging out with one of my friends, and she was just like, "Wait, you watched Pokemon growing up?" And I was just like, well,
Not even for something that you're doing
yeah.
right now, but for something you did when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You had a happy childhood? What a nerd.
Your parents both loved each other? Like, what? Yeah, no. And then she even asked about, like, magic and, like, some of these other things, and just, I don't know. It was just kind of random because...
Is this a date?
It was.
Oh.
Yeah.
So last date then, I would hope.
Pretty much. That's grounds for, like, never seeing them again.
Being geek shamed.
Yeah. It was just kind of crazy because she was just like, wait, you've watched the TV show? And I'm like, well, okay, let's see. I was like 10 or 11 years old. Yes. I mean, that was also the same time that I saved up enough money to buy a 64, watched Recess and had a crush on Mrs. Frizzle.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, what's your point?
yeah.
Wow.
It was bad. It was bad. From there, I didn't even talk the rest of the
Should have
night.
been like, what did you do when you were a kid? Like balance checkbooks? Or...
Pretty much.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
I don't remember the last time I've been geek shamed.
Right?
It's been a long time.
Because usually they come to you for like advice or like questions. My
Yeah.
mom like called me up the other day. She's like, "Hey, I had a question. We went and seen Ant-Man, and like,
Yeah, my mom does the same thing.
yeah,
It's like, so who is this guy in Thor? What was his... Yeah.
yeah."
It sounds like from now on, whenever you're about to go on a date with someone, you have to like text them pre-qualifying questions. Like,
Okay,
do you hate when people
I like this.
or watched Pokemon when they were kids?
Mm-hmm.
Or things like that.
Did you watch Pokemon as a child?
Yeah. Please fill out this survey and return it before I've got to set my bar like much higher.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought I had to bring that up.
Yeah. All right. We have another taste test here.
Mm-hmm.
This one looks pretty obscure. You'd kind of like mentioned it the week before, Colton.
Yeah, and you kind of saved my bacon when you brought in those Sour Patch Kids because I got Troy all excited.
Don't bring up Snickers if you're not going to deliver. That's all I'm
I
saying.
know, but these are...
You know what Troy turns into if he doesn't have a Snickers?
You've seen the commercials.
So Snickers has these new flavors that I've only seen at the 7-Eleven that's by my house. They have Fiery, which is a chili flavored one. Salty,
which they kind of got melted, so it's more like I'm not sure if this is from the heat or from the car.
No, these got smushed. So like they were sitting on top of the counter in my house, and my house couldn't get hot, so they might have melted, but the weight of them probably just squished each other.
So that the kids couldn't get to them. You put them up in high places.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I
Wait,
would
do you
have
have to
loved
stand
it.
like on a step ladder like yourself?
I would have loved it if they got into these, and then we were like all excited. Ooh,
That would
candy that we're not supposed to eat, and
that
then
would be
they're
pretty
like
funny.
fiery. So we got fiery, salty, and sweet. And I tried to get the espresso ones, but apparently I just got a regular Snickers bar that was in the espresso section. Yeah, so
this is a fiery Snickers.
which I haven't had much hot chocolate before. So this.
I mean, you've had hot chocolate, but
Yes,
not
I've had
hot
hot chocolate,
chocolate.
but I haven't had hot chocolate.
hot chocolate. Chili with other natural flavors.
I don't smell anything.
Yeah, it smells just like a regular Snickers. All right.
I'm going in. So far, I taste nothing.
Well, Snickers.
Well, yeah.
Still nothing.
Still nothing. I'm waiting for like.
Me too. Maybe if I think
had
about
no-
it, yeah, in the back of like when you breathe in, no, breathe out. Like I feel.
I got nothing.
It doesn't feel spicy, but I feel a sensation in the back of my mouth.
That could just be mental, though.
You're like hoping for heat.
Well, I'm glad these ones have the full candy bar instead of the salty and sweet one that we have to split.
Yeah,
I mean, it's good.
it is good, but I'm not getting anything.
As far as heat goes, yeah, no, not really.
I'm getting a very small tingle in the back,
Uh-huh.
but that's it.
Kind of disappointed, actually.
I'm not. It's a Snickers. Like, they're
Oh
delicious.
yeah. Anytime you eat a Snickers, it's a good day, but they promised me fiery.
And they did not deliver.
I mean, like, you can tell that there's something in it,
Yes.
but it still just tastes like a regular Snickers.
Well,
The one that's kind of funny to me is this salty sweet one. Is Snickers are already salty and sweet.
Yeah, they got like peanuts and everything else in there that's sweet. You know, after you stop eating, you can taste the spice a lot more. But it's more just like a mouthfeel.
all it says on here is just spice.
It doesn't even describe what type of spice.
Salt, egg whites, spice. Oh, it does have chili extract. But yeah,
Baby spice.
it is. This is baby spice. You blew it, Snickers. All right. Let's divvy up this salty and sweet one. Which I'm curious, why would it be called salty and sweet?
I don't like, have you ever had salted chocolate before?
Yes.
I'm not a fan of it. Or like people that put like salt on their watermelon and other
I've had salted
melons.
caramel. And I like salted caramel.
Salt, if you put a little salt like in actual hot chocolate, it actually enhances the flavor.
I guess
Really?
just pull a chunk off of my middle piece.
Sounded kind of dirty.
Yeah.
Pull a chunk off my middle piece.
I don't wanna... Oh, here, Troy, I'll just give you this.
All right, that works. So what's the difference here?
It just must be more salt. I don't imagine it being any more sweet.
That's what we need in our diets. More sodium.
I see it's not a nougat. It's kind of like something like a Three Musketeers. There's another layer in there.
It's just like a layer of salt.
You can definitely feel the salt as it crunches.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely tastes more salt. Ooh, I like it.
That's not bad.
It enhances the Snickers, the chocolate.
I want to know what the white layer is.
Don't think about it. Just eat it.
All right.
Swallow it, Troy.
Can't tell you how many times I've heard that. Don't think about it. Just eat it.
What's that white layer? No, just eat it.
That's not bad.
I don't know if I necessarily like the crunch.
I don't know if I'd go out of my
It's kinda-
way.
It
for
almost gritty,
that one.
Yeah.
but it was good. I mean, it's a Snickers.
It's really kind of hard to like mess up a Snickers.
Huh. It's interesting. All right.
I'd like. Oh wait, we do have a basic one, like a regular one. I'm just thinking how much sodium is in this one compared to the other one.
How much sodium?
Grab
Yeah.
the package.
All right, hang on. Grab it out.
Grab the package, man. Wow, there's all sorts of anyone knows
This
what
one
you're
has
saying.
120 milligrams.
Megagrams.
Megagrams.
Let's see. 230
So
milligrams.
almost.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's a lot of salt. All right.
Well, thank you. Oh, that was really good.
Anytime you want to bring Snickers, it's fine by me.
Now we're actually gonna get like a nice, pleasant Troy, to talk to the rest of the day, compared to what we normally have to put up
Isn't Deadpool a great character?
Yes, I agree.
I loved his second movie. I thought it was really well done. Wait, that was actually a statement.
Yes, it was.
My cats are so great.
They are.
They don't bother me one bit.
Superman is a little overrated, I gotta say.
Like, what is
What's
this?
going on?
Up is down, left is right.
The Snickers, they make you less cranky. They don't make you more reasonable.
That's true. That's true. So I will be argumentative in a less moody way.
Okay. So let's see if that's the case with this list. We recently watched Mission Impossible, so they came out with a list. This
Yes.
is Nerdist that ranked these movies in what they think to be from worst to best.
Okay.
All right.
I gotta say, already looking at this, I disagree.
Same here. Yeah. Number 5, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Highly disagree.
I thought that one was like way funny and clever.
It's great.
Yeah.
I think Ghost Protocol is a fantastic film.
I think it's probably actually my favorite one of the whole like series. And I think
Maybe they have their numbers backwards.
I don't know. I mean,
Maybe they're
it's,
saying 5 is best.
it's definitely up there. No, because their next one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Number 4, Mission Impossible 2.
What's
that one is the worst one
Yeah.
out of the bunch.
That 2 or 3 for me. I didn't like the whole 3. It kind of felt okay. I didn't like how they switched masks so quickly, and it would happen like within 10 minutes, where typically those masks and stuff take like a couple of hours to apply.
Well, and seeing with number 2, they were all about the masks. I mean, everybody was switching a mask.
Yeah. I'm like, they weren't memorable characters, so I can't remember who's who.
Yeah,
Like, I don't even care.
Yeah, number 2.
was number 2.
Yeah, when they
Pretty
got
much.
John Woo on board, and it became all stylized and weird, and there were doves everywhere. It was
Yeah.
yeah.
Number 3, Mission Impossible, the first one.
Okay,
Middle ground. Yeah.
Middle ground.
It was okay. It was kind of campy. Okay, when he throws the gum and blows up like that, the helicopter and flies onto the train.
Yeah.
I was like, that was just a little piece of bubble gum that exploded.
Yeah, it came out in 1996.
Right. So you got to cut it some slack.
So, I mean, the technology and stuff doesn't quite hold up, but it's still, I mean, it's
I can
okay.
think of some other movies that came out in 1996 that, were a heck of a lot. Like, even though they're dated, they still hold their own as far as, good films go.
Yeah. All right.
Number 2, Mission Impossible 3. Oh, they think quite highly of this one.
I don't mind this one, honestly. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman is a really good villain in it. He's probably one of the better villains they have.
Yeah.
And, this one, it still is kind of going by that whole Mission Impossible formula that the other two were following. It hadn't got, really big and big budgety yet, and it was still kind of localized, which I could appreciate.
To me, the Mission Impossible movies kind of seem like they were divided into 2 parts. You've got 1, 2, and 3, and then you've got the new revamping. And we talked about this even before, the starting.
Yeah.
That we were kind of like, well, I mean, it's a continuation of it. It's not really... It's not it's same character, same, for the most part, same people.
Yeah.
With, additional characters. But I gotta say, the new ones, they, upped their game and brought it into today's, time.
So then, number 1, obviously.
Yeah, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation, number 5. That's interesting. I mean, I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
The
stunts were, bigger than the first one.
Yeah.
And I did didn't they blow up the embassy, or which,
that was...
that?
Ghost Protocol.
Was that
That was Ghost Protocol.
Rogue
Yeah,
Nation,
yeah, yeah.
what was kind of the premise of this guy?
See, that's the thing.
They blend together.
They really blend together.
I don't remember it being bad.
There was that scene
Where he gets strapped to the air, the airplane
Yes.
flies out.
Yeah. There's also that scene where he was tied to the pole and he was fighting guys that way. There was the other scene in the ballet or something, where they had the guns and they were shooting in the ballet with sniper rifles.
Right.
You're introduced to that one woman who's back again for number 6. Yeah, it's hard to kind of think of the plot of that one.
It's weird because like we've got like Star Wars, and we could tell you the basic premise of each film, right? And some of these other like franchises, Harry Potter. I'm sure Colton, you could say verbatim like what happens, in these entire movies. But with Mission Impossible, they kind of blend together.
Spy movies are all that way though, even like the 007 movies.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, I could give you the plots of 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe 3. But 4, 5, and 6 start to blend.
They do.
Yeah.
It's because there's so much detail that's in these movies, and they're so fast paced. There's not one movie that's like a phone booth episode.
Yeah. And there's also so many characters that you have to remember who's who. Like that's a problem I run into. Like when they brought back that woman for number 6, I'm like, wait, was that?
Why is she relevant?
Yeah. Wait, was she in number 5?
Why does he care about her?
Yeah, like
it's almost like before a new one comes out, you have to watch all of the other ones to be up to speed.
Yeah.
Not just. I mean, you can just watch the previous one. You have to watch all of them.
Every single one.
So since you and I both see number 6, where would you put it in the list? Well, actually, I guess just give me your list.
My list
of least favorite.
My most favorite was probably I really like. Least favorite. Was number 3.
Okay.
And then number 2, and then probably. Trying to think. Probably the first one. I really liked the new ones. I really did. Protocol or Rogue Nation and
Protocol.
Ghost Protocol is probably my favorite out of the bunch.
Okay. Mine would be least a favorite. Number 2. Number 1. Number 3. Number 5, 6, 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like number 4 as well. It's a really, I don't know, I also want to say like a really Hollywood-ish type of movie. That makes sense. Like it's on a giant scale, has a big budget. It's directed by Brad Bird, who did Incredibles, so he really knows how to tell a story, and so it moves along well, and the pacing
is fine. Yeah,
pacing's good. Yeah.
Plus, that's like one of my favorite scenes is when they're on that skyscraper and he's like, "No shit!" Like because the rope's not long enough. He's like, it's not long enough.
No, that is one of my favorite scenes in any movie. Is when he is on that skyscraper.
Oh yeah.
Because I think I saw it in IMAX.
Did you start getting vertigo a little bit?
That scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seriously looked legit, like he was doing that whole entire stunt.
No, he was. That's why he's a crazy person. Because he was on that skyscraper.
Oh, jeez. So is that the case with this new one where he's hanging on to a helicopter, climbing up the rope?
It's all him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He has a death wish. He's like, I'm 57 years old and I'm immortal. I need to do something.
I'm 57.
He's 57.
No, he's not.
He looks really good.
He's in early 50s.
Are you sure?
Yeah, look it up.
I would say like maybe...
He's early 50s. He's like 51, 52.
Yeah. Actually turns out he's like 75.
But yeah,
to deal with the devil.
It's crazy when you see him like in this new one flying the helicopter.
He's 56. Sorry, I misspoke.
Oh, dang. He's older than I thought.
And he's still like jumping around and doing all this crazy stuff.
All right.
Yeah, there's no question that he's like fit for his age.
Yeah.
And he does not look 57. I mean, he's 13 years younger than my grandpa.
Yeah.
And hanging out of planes and helicopters.
No, in this new one...
I can't imagine your grandpa doing that.
When you see him flying a helicopter, he is flying that helicopter. Like he said, he spent 1.5 years getting his pilot's license for a helicopter so he could fly it in the film.
Oh, wow.
He's like John Wick.
Yeah, he's a real-life John Wick. He is insane. He's a crazy person.
Or not John Wick. I mean,
Keanu all Reeves. Thanks to Scientology.
Him and Keanu Reeves could maybe go head to head. Well, I don't know. Keanu Reeves, if he had a gun, he would beat Tom Cruise. But
If Scientology told me that they could keep me young,
Yeah.
I may end up joining.
Except for you have to have money for that, like to get higher and higher up in the ranks,
true.
right?
Yeah.
You have to donate more money.
Get rid of the aliens in you, I think. I think that's part of what they do. I don't know. I don't know. Don't shut us down, Scientology. All right. Let's take a break. And then we come back. We got a lot of stories to get through. So
All the news.
we'll be back right after this. I can't believe he's 56.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll be back after this break. Don't touch that dial for goodness sake.
Thanks, Troy. Hi, everybody. This is Sean Ray.
And John Irons.
And we're the hosts of Cosmic Potato, the Super Fan Talk podcast. We're a show that has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we talk about movies and TV and cartoons, entertainment news, and every show has a different theme.
That's right. We might discuss anything from our favorite bad movies to who would win in a fight between C-3PO and the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. That was episode 41, a classic. You can download that episode and all of our other episodes on iTunes and Stitcher. We're on Podcast Addict and, of course, on our website, cosmicpotato.com.
It's special guests and movie news and geeky nerddom and nerdy geekery and lightsabers and Time Lords and Ninja Turtles all the way down. So check out Cosmic Potato, the Super Fan Talk podcast.
Here we go back to the show. That's the fact, so now you know.
I've never heard their commercial on ours. Have we?
Cosmic Potato?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We listen to it all? Well, I mean, I've heard it, like, from the, like, recordings and stuff, like, listening to the episodes, but did they recently record a different one?
No, that one that played has been the one that we've been playing for weeks.
Okay.
Months.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Actually, over a year.
Has been over a year? Holy crap.
56?
Tom Cruise is 56?
You guys have been playing that since before I started coming on.
Huh.
It was a little over a year ago.
Wow.
The dawn of dinosaurs.
Time flies, huh?
When you're having fun.
All right. So I found this story and I thought it was very odd. And I don't know how they're going to do it, but whatever. Live action Rugrats movie plus TV series reboot in the works. So the reboot is going to be animated. It's going to be a new cartoon.
And that's perfect. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'm good with them bringing Rugrats back. I like Rugrats. As long as they don't screw it up like they did with like Teen Titans or anything like that. But this live action movie, I can't. That hurts my brain to think about. How is that going to work? I mean, you mentioned that what is going to be like, look who's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Baby Geniuses. I mean, that's what I picture in my mind.
The only problem with that is those ones seem way too dated and just like, that's an old cop-out almost.
It is, but just because of the way that they had to do it. They had to film babies and then basically morph their mouths to fit the words.
Yeah.
I think
That's
that they
creepy.
could animate the babies and make them look real and just have voiceover acting.
Yeah, it hurts my brain. I can't picture it.
I'm gonna wait to see what the first poster looks like.
It will debut in theaters on November 13th, 2020. So we have 2 years.
Just waiting on that technology to get better so they can animate these babies.
Animate those babies.
I don't know. I feel like this movie should be terminated.
Yeah.
Terminate the babies.
Oh, okay.
Terminate the babies.
Genocide. That's what he's suggesting. James
Abort that movie. Sorry.
Oh, that's horrible. Wow. James Wan says Annabelle 3 will be Night at the Museum with Annabelle. The main premise of this story is going to focus on the Warrens kind of trying to return the Annabelle back to their artifact room. Which, why on God's green earth would you want an artifact room? That's just terrifying.
Of haunted artifacts?
Yes.
Ooh.
You know
scary.
what? Non-believer.
Look, if I could, I would take that Annabelle doll, the real life one, that Raggedy Ann doll, and have it here in this room.
No way. No.
Yes. Because
no.
it's a doll, man. It's cloth
Uh,
and cotton.
I don't know if I could be in the same room.
There is
as that
no
doll.
demon attached to it. Anyway, we've gone back and forth on that before.
But
No need opening that can again.
this movie, it seems way too campy, almost like they're going the Chucky route.
Yes.
Which the creepy thing about Annabelle was she was kind of ominous and just, always there, but not really moving, and occasionally like move her head. And
Yeah.
it was more the spirits and stuff that she kind of controlled around her, but to have her kind of running through a museum, that's not terrifying to me.
No. Once you actually, and I don't know if they will, but if they actually show the doll getting up and moving around,
That's where it ends.
That's when you start laughing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it loses all its terror.
The scary thing about those types of movies is the fact that the doll is moving on its own without us knowing it, so we can't see it,
Right.
or it ruins the illusion.
What you have in your head is much scarier than anything that they can
Okay.
show on screen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this story kind of, geeks have been going back and forth on it. I want to get your guys' take. James Gunn fired from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 for tweets that he sent out years ago.
That just seems...
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Most of the tweets date between 2008 and 2011. In one, Gunn wrote, "The best thing about being raped is when you're done being raped and it's like, woo, that feels great, not being raped." In another, he joked that attending the meeting of the North American Man-Boy Love Association made him finally feel. That's what he said.
These are in poor taste.
Yes, they're in poor
They should have
taste.
brought this up if they're gonna. That just seems kind of like a cop out. Why they're letting him go? They've known about this.
They did, and that's what James Gunn said, I believe. He said Disney knew the type of person he was at the time.
Right.
He's not that person now. Back in the day, he was working for the Troma Film Company, and the guys that did like Toxic Avenger and all those campy B movies. And they were kind of a company that liked to stir up that controversy.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was one of those guys. And, he basically said, look, I've grown up from that. That's no longer me. That's, and Disney knew about the tweets, but yeah.
I don't understand letting someone go for something that they did before you were associated with them.
Mm.
That doesn't make any sense for me, and it shouldn't be a fireable offense.
Well,
That's true.
I don't think that then you should associate with them if you don't.
Yeah, if
do
they
your
don't want to
homework on
associate
them.
with him, someone like that, then they need to, investigate someone, or at least do their due diligence and check to see if they're the type of person that they would want to work with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's kind of. That is also kind of difficult because a lot of this stuff, if you're not really paying attention, it would just go by the wayside. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to be able to do everything. Disney has enough money to investigate it and say, hey, bring up. Well, you could also interview them and say, hey, do you have anything skeletons in your closet, basically, that we need to know about if we're going to hire you on? Because we're a family-oriented kind of company. We need to know these things. And, if you didn't know, because it was years ago, or remember it.
Look, and it's not like he was Morgan Freeman or Bill Cosby and was actually legit, molesting people and sexually assaulting people in the past.
And then they hired him.
He tweeted a joke.
Yeah, tweeted a joke. Yeah.
I don't think that rape jokes are funny, especially when they're forced on you.
Yes.
But...
Wow.
That was good.
Sorry, listeners. That's the only one, I promise.
That's what he said after the rape, too.
Yeah.
It's the only one, I promise. Okay.
In other news,
yes,
Uncharted short film starring Nathan Fillion as Drake.
We're gonna get comments now. Sorry, go ahead. We've gotten comments before. Anyway,
we're not working for Disney,
hey,
right? Whatever.
And we never will now.
Yeah. Dang it! There goes my career path.
Shoot.
I'll have to rethink it. Did you get a chance to watch this?
Oh yeah.
it was actually pretty well done, and it had the subtlety and jokes of Nathan. I mean, it felt like Drake, Nathan Drake.
Yes, it did. I mean, it's a dream casting because Nathan Drake has always looked and sounded like Nathan Fillion.
And they have the same name.
And they have the same name. And
do you think that he's a little past his prime? Because he looks pretty good in this.
He looks like the older version of Nathan Drake. Mm-hmm. Because you're right. He's back in his Firefly time. He would have been perfect.
Right.
But now, he's a little older. He's a little thicker in some parts. Seasoned. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Thicker in some parts.
Yeah.
It's a glandular problem, Troy. He's just big boned.
But I will say this: that is better
than how he has been.
Yeah, that 15 minutes is better than pretty much 98% of anything in any other comic book movie we've seen so far.
Yeah,
hands down.
It was right up there. I mean, I really liked Tomb Raider, but
Tomb Raider's the exception, yes.
Which is basically Uncharted.
Pretty much. That's a good point. But yeah, I don't know who wrote this or directed it, but give them,
an award
or the rights and a budget to do a full-length Uncharted film.
Mm-hmm.
And keep Nathan Fillion.
Yes, please.
Because I know for a fact that Nathan Fillion can trim down.
Yes, he can.
To look exactly like Nathan Drake. He'll look a little older, but it'll be like what we were talking about earlier with Tom Cruise. He can be 57 years old and still be doing these young action.
So would they still have to do this? They do make a movie with him, because he's not getting any younger. And then would they go back and kind of do what they did with like Solo, if they wanted to make the original ones?
What I would do, and it's basically throwing the video games out the window. Do one movie with him, and then the next movies do him with an apprentice. Someone that he's training to be himself because he's getting out of the game. And just hand off. And
you can't, because then they're going to use the Uncharted name and besmirch it.
No, but what you could do is have it be his son and have him named Nathan, and it would be Nathan Drake. That way we get the movie that we want, and then the movies that are like the
studio wants to make.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they use that's like when they did Ghostbusters, or some of these other movies that they just use the name to draw in the crowds, and then everybody's all disappointed because it wasn't like the original ones.
Well, they're doing an Uncharted film,
right,
with Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, which still not sure how I feel about that.
That's
okay, did you see?
That's what I'm saying.
Skull Island, though.
Yes.
I thought he did. He looked kind of like Nathan Drake in that movie, right?
Oh, you're talking about Tom Hiddleston?
Tom Hiddleston. Sorry,
they're Tom Holland.
Oh, Tom Holland.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
I don't know. I get all those Toms.
Honestly, Tom Hiddleston would be a good.
It wouldn't be too bad.
They could Tom Holland, Tom Hiddleston, and Nathan Fillion.
The 3 stages of Nathan.
Done right there.
Young, prime, thicker in some parts.
Yes.
Seasoned.
Seasoned, yes.
Lightly salted. Sweet and salty.
He's like a Snickers. He's probably eating a couple of them, too.
I'm sure, yeah. Nathan Fillion's like a Snickers. All right. This got me angry, and I'm really tired of these stories popping up. And if you are one of these geeks that listen to this, that do this, don't listen to our show anymore, please. Because I don't want your ears around us. I don't want us.
There goes half of our.
I don't want us in your ear holes.
Yeah, we're gonna get hearing aids.
That's right. Racist comic fans run Titan Star off Instagram for not being the quote unquote right kind of black. So let me just read a couple paragraphs here so we kind of get into it. If you thought being a regular old black person in America was tough, try being a black superhero or a black person from the future, or even worse, a black alien from a galaxy far, far away. You'd have to deal with Thanos, interdimensional threats, and you still have to battle with the Chicago Police Department. Hashtag barbecue Becky and white racists online. In fact, lately it's gotten so bad that bigots are attacking black folks for even taking roles as superheroes. Even black ones. Anna Diop, who plays Starfire, a black woman in the new Teen Titans show on the new DC Universe streaming service, is catching racist hell for not being the right kind of black for the role. White comic fans have always been hostile to black folks showing up in their quote-unquote movies. But usually, that's when the character was originally written as white, or white fans just assumed whiteness for the character. Remember when Idris Elba was cast as Heimdall in Thor? So, yeah, I mean, it's the same thing that happened to, like, Daisy Ridley. She ran off Twitter. I can't remember her name. The gal who played Rose in episode 8, Star Wars episode 8. Mm-hmm. She left Twitter because of harassment. Or Instagram, because of harassment. I don't understand that mentality, personally. Yeah. I really don't.
Well, and first of all, isn't Starfire an alien?
An alien, yes.
So, I just don't understand. If she's not human, why does it matter what color the skin is?
Yeah,
no one cares about Gamora being
That's
green.
Exactly what I was thinking.
It's like, oh, it's a black lady playing a green alien.
But I think the problem is in some shots that I've seen, it's just her. She's not in makeup. She has like wig and like contacts, I think, but it's just her. But that's probably just like maybe a human disguise or something, or
I think another
before production or post production.
Another part of the problem might be the fact that the Teen Titans TV show that they had on a long time ago, Starfire was white.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't understand this type of racism. It's
a
movie.
Either. It's a movie.
You know what? She's getting paid either way. She should just laugh all the way to the bank.
It's true. I mean, people have issues with Samuel L. Jackson playing Nick Fury, who was a white guy up to that point.
No, because it's Sam Jackson.
That's true.
He can do whatever he wants.
It's a good point.
I do. I do think it's fair for us to kind of criticize their performance.
Yes.
Their performance, sure.
Right. But taking it, if the wrong color, that's just stupid.
Yeah, that's gross. And like I said, if you've ever done that on Instagram, if you've been that type of person, please stop listening at this point.
Yeah.
Although I will be very sad if the listenership just plummets after this.
Down to 2
people. If you think real hard about it, will you be sad?
No, I won't.
No, right now.
All right. Movie Pass.
Are we going into that, or are we taking a break?
We're taking a break.
All right.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a break.
Okay.
When we come back, see, that's what they call in the business a tease. When we come back, stay tuned because we're going to be talking about Movie Pass and all the nonsense that is Movie Pass. We'll be back right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah. Are you feeling nostalgic about your music listening needs?
Do you like the tonal quality that only a record can provide?
Then go check out Lavender Vinyl, located at 123 25th Street, Ogden, Utah.
Yeah, go talk to Kylie or Blake. They have a large selection of new and used records. They will also buy your old records, maybe the ones that are just sitting up there in the attic, gathering dust. And if you can't find anything, they'll be more than happy to pre-order it for you. Now, you can always find them at lavendervinyl@gmail.com. You can also check out their website, lavendervinyl.com, or give them a call on the phone, like a normal person, at 385-240-0336.
Be sure to tell them that World War G sent you. Now back to the episode.
Don't get mad, don't hold a grudge. We'll be back, so don't you budge.
Hey, we're back. Look at that.
The Movie Pass, since we already teased it.
Friggin' Movie Pass.
Okay, Movie Pass outrage was caused by the company temporarily running out of money, and they had to borrow $5 million in cash to turn the services back on.
So,
what kind of company doesn't have a developer on staff that is available to fix these kind of issues?
Well, I want to talk about a little bit what Movie Pass is, because I know you had it.
Mm-hmm.
Colton should say names because
Past
it's
tense.
Yes.
a podcast. So explain to me again, kind of what Movie Pass was, and then why it got you
in its prime.
annoyed.
So basically, when it first started, it was like $50 a month. It was a subscription service.
Yeah.
And you got to watch, I think it was like 4 movies a month. It was like 1 movie a week or something like that.
Yeah.
No. I think it was unlimited for $50 a month. It had to have been. But you had to take a picture of your ticket and do all this stuff in order to get these free movies. But then last August, they changed it down to $10 a month. And it was pretty much the same thing, but they got rid of you having to take pictures. You could see the same movie multiple times, and you could, I guess, well, no, you could still only see 1 movie a day.
Yeah.
But that's basically what it was. $10 a month, and you could see as many movies as you want.
As long as it wasn't, or no, that's later on that they changed it to where as long as it wasn't one of the prime viewing times.
Yeah, that was much, much later. But it was only standard shows, so you couldn't do IMAX, you couldn't do D-Box or anything like that.
Right.
That's okay.
So that in of itself was a great thing, and it's not a sustainable business model, especially for people that were heavy users.
Right.
Plus, there was a way to work the system.
Yes, you could definitely game the system, which I did a few times.
You were the cause for the crash.
But then they started changing things. You had to take pictures of your ticket again. You could only see 1 movie 1 time. You couldn't see repeats of that same movie.
Even if you waited a week?
Yeah, and then... Yeah, even then. And then a few weeks ago, they introduced what they call peak pricing. Is if there's a high demand for a movie, they charge you extra on top of your subscription to see that movie.
It's like $3 or something?
I'll tell you. So the other day when I went to go see Ant-Man, I think it was on Thursday, we were sitting and having dinner, and I was like, okay, I'll check into the movie, and then we can go pick up our tickets, or go buy our tickets. And I looked, and Ant-Man, which had been out for 2 weeks,
Yes.
and it was a Thursday afternoon,
Yeah.
had a little lightning bolt next to it for peak pricing. And I clicked into it to see how much it was, and it was $5.75 on
Really?
top of your subscription to see that movie. And I was like, nope. and not to mention, so I was going to do that, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it this once, and then I'll cancel after.
Yeah.
And I went to go do it, and it wasn't letting me because
Really?
their stuff was down, and I couldn't even do that. So I just went to the cancel page, and I canceled, and I told them that it was the peak pricing that really, that was the nail in the coffin for me unsubscribing. So, yep, that's what I did because I'm sick of them.
Wow.
See, I so wanted to believe in this and see that it was a great thing, but at the same time I was like, I can't get on board. I don't know. I'll just wait till Tuesdays,
Well, now movie theaters themselves have their own subscription, like AMC. They
Yes.
have one that you can see. I think it's 4 movies a month or something like that.
For like $8 or $9 or.
Yeah, it's the same price, and then you get half off concessions and tickets.
Well, now that I'm working at the theater anymore, I might have to look into that.
Yeah, the only
But
problem with
that thing-
AMC is they're so few and far between the theaters. You have to go all the way down to Layton.
To Layton. Yep.
Isn't Tinseltown?
No, that's Cinemark.
Oh, they have one as well.
Yeah, they do, but it's not as good of a deal.
Huh. But these ones seem like they could actually be more sustainable.
Yes,
you
because
know?
they're being managed by the theater and not a third party.
Right.
A theater that's making a lot of money and can put the money back into it.
Yeah, and setting their own prices for concessions and stuff. Because that's really where movies make money, is their
Yes.
concessions.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. You
don't
just
make
raise the
anything
prices a
off the
little bit.
films.
You only offset it just a little, so you're only really losing 10%. But that's where they make their money is concessions, so they can find a way to get people to buy more stuff, more food. Because they hardly make any money until the movie's been out for a while, right?
The theater itself?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the bulk of it does come from concessions.
Okay.
They don't make hardly any. I don't know how to speak. They don't make much off of ticket prices. It's like I think it's like certain cents off the dollar or something like that.
Oh wow.
Because the ticket prices also go back to the movie studio, and so that's where a lot of that money comes in. And so the theater itself, it's the concessions, it's the D-box, it's, you know, all 3D, all that other stuff. By the way, people, having worked at a movie theater for almost 4 years, let me say something. The guy working the podium or cleaning your theater has nothing to do with the prices of the theater or the concessions or anything like
Do you
that.
have people go off on you for that?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yes. There was one time, I think I've told this story on here before.
Yeah.
It was that Tom Hanks movie, Captain... He played the boat captain that got...
Captain Phillips.
Yes, Captain Phillips. Thank you.
Man, I got a movie before Troy
Very
was.
nice.
Yeah.
And I was working the floor, and this woman came up to me and said, and I quote, that movie was really shaky. My husband got really sick. The camera was moving so much. I'm like, okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, and she told me,
Random lady.
this is what got me. She said, so if you could like pass up that complaint, like just pass it up to whoever. I'm like,
All right, I'll do that. I'll
I'll call
text
Universal
Tom
Studios
Yeah.
real
here in a
quick.
little bit.
yeah, no problem. I got Tom Hanks on my speed dial. I'll just ring him up. It's like, yeah.
That is awesome.
That's one of the worst things about working at the movie theater is dealing with people.
To her credit, Shaky Cam sucks. I hate
It does.
Yeah,
Shaky Cam does stuff.
And I blame the Bourne movies for that.
Yes.
especially that last one, the Lost installment. Like, they get really close in on the fighting, and it's just like you've pretty much got Michael J. Fox filming.
Yeah.
It's the Bourne earthquake.
Ah.
Yeah. See, now we've mentioned Parkinson's disease.
We're trying to, like,
Yeah.
put them all in there, you know?
We're just trying to run away as many people as we can with this episode. So let me tell you about Donald Trump for a second.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
That would go over well.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised MoviePass lasted as long as it did.
Mm-hmm.
Because people would explain to me how it works. I'm like, that doesn't sound. Yeah, that doesn't add up.
Well, you know, it was the creators of Vine who started it, right?
Was
so
it?
They had all their Vine buyout money,
Oh,
and that's what they've been burning through.
Gotcha.
They didn't want to make money with MoviePass. That's what I found out. They wanted to ruin the theater experience and drop movie prices. Because if you're living in a place like San Diego or something, you can't go to a movie for less than like $20 a ticket.
$15, $20,
Right,
yeah.
right, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I've heard that.
So that was their way to stick it to them,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're going bankrupt.
Yeah, well now, like AMC, they have their subscription service. They wanted to make the theater experience affordable.
Yeah.
And they certainly did that.
Yeah. All right. So we've all played Mario Kart.
Yes.
Once or twice.
Yeah. Well, Nickelodeon is coming out with their own kart racing game. A new racing game themed around the popular cartoons of Nickelodeon was recently announced. Nickelodeon Kart Racers features characters of SpongeBob SquarePants, TMNT, Rugrats, and more.
Arnold.
Yeah, so let's see. There will most likely, this might be certainly more to come, but here's a list of each show and character the game will be pulling from. So you have SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy, Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, Donatello, Arnold and Helga of Hey Arnold, Angelica, Tommy, and Reptar of Rugrats.
What would you have done if they left out a Ninja Turtle? Like they did 3 of them and didn't do a fourth.
That would drive me nuts.
Yeah. Unless he was an unlockable or part of the DLC.
DLC, yeah.
They would totally do that. And it would be like your favorite, which was probably
Donatello. Come on, dude.
Who could it be?
It was Donatello.
Yes. But yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Did you know
I'll play
Donatello is
it.
also my favorite?
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But just
there you
because
go.
my favorite color is purple.
Get the shell out of here.
But yeah, I'll definitely check that one out when it comes out. I'll probably.
As long as they kind of make it, they cater the character around. I mean, or they have like certain moves or attacks or something
Right.
that kind of go with that. It'd be kind of fun to see, you know?
I'm sure they will. I'm sure the TMNT can use their weapons and
Yeah.
SpongeBob can, I don't know, flip Krabby Patties at you or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
that'd be
You can
hilarious.
throw a Reptar bar.
Yeah, there you go.
They needed
Key.
somebody similar to like Bowser, so that's why they did Reptar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's probably exactly what it was.
they're like just piggybacking off of the fame that is Mario Kart. Next Spider-Man spin-off movie will be Morbius, the Living Vampire. And I mean, they've got ideas for who they want to play this, but it seems kind of weird and a little preemptive when, you know, Tom Holland, or
There's
all the Toms,
there's another Tom
Yeah.
Hardy.
Tom Hardy, his Venom movie hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, and when I heard that they were going to do Morbius, I was like, yay?
Question mark?
See, the thing about releasing the fact that they're going to do this so early is like as soon as I see the Venom movie, I'll know for sure whether or not I'll see this movie.
Yeah.
Because if the Venom movie tanks, then I definitely won't see this.
Yeah.
There will be no point.
Yeah,
You know
they're
it's gonna
kind
be
of
bad.
they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot with this one if Venom doesn't do well.
I'm trying to think of
Which I think
another
it will.
franchise that has really
probably
done.
will.
You think it will?
It's Tom Hardy, man.
Yeah, but the movie doesn't look.
And
it
again,
looks,
when I was working at the theater, and we had a Venom poster right there. There were so many people that came out like, "Oh, check it out, Venom! I can't wait for that."
yeah.
Like it probably happened
I mean,
5-6 times a
it'll do
day.
well, but I don't know how good the movie will actually be. It's like Spider-Man or Superman v Batman kind of a thing.
I think the general populace will like it. I think fans of that character and comic book geeks, I don't think they'll like it much. Honestly.
Well, and I think that there's one big factor that you're leaving out in terms of this movie, Venom versus Spider-Man v Superman, or Spider-Man, Batman v Superman, is the fact that it's not DC that's doing it.
That's true. That's very true. And
But it's also not Marvel Studios.
it's kind of independent.
It's Sony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh yeah, I forgot. Fantastic Four.
Yeah. No, Fantastic Four was Fox.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess Sony's the only one that had those characters.
But, I mean, of all the characters you could pick, you pick probably a C-level Spider-Man villain.
Mm-hmm.
That the only reason I know Morbius is from that 90s Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
That's it. He's never been an interesting character, so I don't know. Unless they're trying to capitalize on the whole vampire thing, which they're a few years late on that.
They missed the boat.
No, they
Yeah.
want to bring it back.
Yeah, that's what we need.
So what movie would you rather see?
Freaking Green Goblin, or let's do
Doc Ock?
Yeah, Dr. Octopus, Sandman. Let's do. I mean, they're already doing Vulture. Let's do the Rhino. Let's do.
The
Somebody.
Rhino would be way cool to see on the big screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be really cool.
Bring in a couple of those guys and really, ramp it up.
Let's do the Lizard. He has a really cool backstory.
With the Venom movie, there's going to be, the producer was saying in an interview that there's going to be more villains because there's no real heroes in this one. Spider-Man's not in it.
Yeah.
That there's going to be more villains. So potentially there could be Carnage in the mix as
He'll
well.
have to start popping up eventually, right?
Oh, goody, I hope so. I would assume. Yeah.
Like an older Tom Holland versus an older Tom Hardy as Venom.
If it does well, then maybe they'll go forward with that. I don't know.
I like how we're not talking about Morbius at all.
Yeah, it's just talking about Venom.
It's just completely changed.
All right. Well, they just announced the Star Wars Episode 9 cast, and it's pretty much who you would think, but there's a couple surprises in there. So, we know that J.J. Abrams is set to return as director, and this will be the final installment of the Skywalker saga.
Is that what they're dubbing it?
Mm-hmm. The returning cast members include Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Lupita Nyong'o, Donald Gleason, Kelly Marie Tran, Junice Suetamo, and Billy Lord. Joining the cast of Episode 9 are Naomi Ackie, Richard E. Grant, and Kerry Russell.
I thought you were going to say Fisher. It's like, wait, what?
Hang on. Who will be joined by veteran Star Wars actors Mark Hamill, Anthony Daniels, and Billy D. Williams, returning as Lando Calrissian. Now, the role of Leia Organa will once again be played by Carrie Fisher.
Say what?
Using previously unreleased footage shot for Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Dang.
So do you think that they changed The Force Awakens slightly so that they could use this footage for number 9?
No. I don't think so.
Or The Last Jedi?
Oh, you mean The Last Jedi?
I guess why are they using The Force Awakens footage if The Last Jedi was the last Star Wars movie?
Maybe because they were looking at all the footage and maybe that one they could cut and paste more of her scenes in that one than they would with the other one.
Can they already release it with the deleted scenes?
I don't think so.
Probably.
I think there was probably a bunch of stuff that they shot with Carrie Fisher that never...
She really should have gone out. That would have been so epic. She should have gone out, and the other one, been the ship that flies in, takes him out.
Well, but without the ship, she should have just used her force powers to fly through everybody. I don't know why they didn't. They had the perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
And it would be so easy to cut the clips to look like that.
Yep. Yeah, that would have been cool. Be a good send off for Princess Leia.
The theater would have gone silent, right?
Well, in that scene, the theater was silent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but even more so if it was like
so epic.
Yeah, it's like, wait, Leia just died? What?
Yeah,
yeah, that would have been cool. All right, Henry Cavill.
Yes,
Cavill. Excuse me,
Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Cavill.
Because there's no E on the end.
Tomato.
Henry Tomato.
Yes. He is scheduled, or at least, Cavill could be the next James Bond. He'd said in an interview when talking about it, he's just like, yeah, he's British, he's cool. It would be, really fun. Now that I've got Mission Impossible badge, we can do real stunts and really amp it up as well. And, I know that they've got Daniel Craig for one more, but after seeing this new Mission Impossible movie, it could actually work.
Yeah, he'd be a good James Bond. Plus, he also did that other spy film that was based on the old TV show with Armie Hammer.
I know what you're talking about.
My brain is just not working today.
You got microphone brain?
I think microphone brain. It's a real thing. If you guys are wondering, it's a real thing. But yeah, I don't know why I thought, when you think about another James Bond, I never thought Henry Cavill.
No.
Guess because I don't see him as British because he plays Superman.
Right.
But he is. He's British, so.
Would he have to keep the stash?
No. He could dump the stash for James Bond.
You don't think that, who was the other front runner? They had Tom Hardy. And then there was one other one.
Hiddleston. Was it Hiddleston?
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston they were thinking of?
Out of those three?
It depends on the type of James Bond they're going to do. If they're going to continue with the suave, kind of cool James Bond, they may want to go with Hiddleston.
Right.
If they want to go with this Daniel Craig type, blunt instrument, go with Tom Hardy. But if you want to do like something in the middle, you could do both. Henry Cavill.
Yeah. That's pretty much sums it up.
I feel like they should go back to the roots, though. I would love to see Tom Hiddleston being more like James Bond,
debonair, Loki, but only
low key.
Yeah, low key.
Yeah. All right. Let's take our last break, and when we come back, we got a few movies to talk about, plus all things Comic-Con. So we'll be back right after this. On the historic streets of Austin, we'll be right back. Readers and non-readers. here's where you can find their stories.
Booked on 25th Street, located at 147 Historic 25th Street, Ogden, Utah, 84401.
Yeah, stop by and say hi to our friend Marcy. You can pick up a new or used book, or you can sell your own used books.
That's right, you can get 10% store credit on what they can sell the book for.
Stop in and say hi, or call them at 801-529-7720. You can find them on Facebook at facebook.com/bookedon25th, or you can email them at marcy@bookedon25th.com, or visit their website, bookedon25th.com.
Be sure to tell them that World War G sent you. Now back to the episode.
Now we are back for some more. Big time action is in store.
And we're back. So, really quick. So, Colton, you saw Ant-Man.
I did.
Give us your review on that real quick.
Yes.
Real quick. 10 seconds.
First of all, right
Shrink it down.
Love the movie. It had some problems with way too many, what's the word? Seriously, what's the word?
Now he's just slowing it down. We said really quick.
I tried really quick, but when you make me go fast, my brain goes slow. Way too many villains.
I would agree with that.
There was just so much going on. You're like, okay, who's the real bad guy in this movie?
Yeah.
And then I also hate it when the bad guys turn into good guys at the end. Like it doesn't. I don't know.
They have a change of heart.
I really liked it. It was a super fast-paced movie, which I enjoy when the story makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of the times movies go fast like this and you don't understand what they're talking about or why they're doing the things that they do. But this movie didn't have that problem. The pacing was really great. Had the perfect amount of action and comedy in it. Mm-hmm. The only thing that I don't like is Ant-Man's not that great of an Ant-Man. I like Paul Rudd, I do, but the Wasp is seriously a way better hero than...
She's actually more of a superhero than he is.
Yes, and I do agree with what you guys said a couple weeks ago, how this movie is really Ant-Man and the Wasp, but not the modern Ant-Man and the Wasp. I really liked the movie. I had a great time watching it. Pretty good.
All right.
What did you guys do it out of?
Probably ants, I think.
I think it was, yeah.
Ants. I'd give it a 3.5, maybe 4.
Okay.
All right.
It was a good movie.
All right. So, did you see another one besides?
I did. Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This one was basically their story of them wanting to make a movie. They wanted to be in a movie because it seems like you're not truly a superhero until you have a superhero movie about yourself. And it was really kind of funny because there was quite a few times that you thought that he was going to get his story they made a origin story for Alfred. They did one for the Batmobile. They did one for the Bat Belt, but he hasn't gotten a movie yet. And if you're a fan of DC characters, you'll appreciate how many reference. Like, this was seriously like Ready Player One level, or kind of, where you...
movie too.
Was the Lego movie, yeah. Well, very similar to the Lego movies. It had that same kind of humor, and even more songs than I thought there were going to be. There was like 6 or 7 songs in this movie, which actually worked pretty well. And when they start going back in the past, there's one part, without giving too much away, they go back in the past to get rid of superheroes. So, because the director of these superhero movies, she says, hey, I won't let you, only if you guys were the last superheroes on Earth. So then they go back through the past to get rid of all these superheroes, and they stop, Superman getting sent from Kryptonite because they save Krypton. They save Krypton, and then they also, prevent, Batman's parents from going down, hey, how about you go down this happier, that's where all those, killers are. And... it was pretty funny because then they go jump forward to the future, and the world's gone to hell in a handbasket, basically. So then they have to go back and reenact. There's this part.
So they had to kill Batman's parents?
They push him down. They push him down. They push him down the where they get shot. Yeah, and they actually put on his mom. They put like a pearl necklace. Just so that she's more likely to get killed. Yeah. So there's some pretty dang funny parts that I found myself laughing. But then they also relied too heavily on like poop and just like potty humor, kind of a joke.
Humor.
Yeah.
Which was I thought kind of a cop out. I'm like, you guys could do something way better.
It was mostly Beast Boy, wasn't it?
It's
and I didn't like I couldn't stand the way Beast Boy spoke. It's weird, but he bothered me just with his enunciation and how he says certain words. It will bug the heck out of you if you're watching this.
I think it's the same guy that's been doing him. I think it's Greg Sipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, which the voice acting and the casting and stuff, it was really pretty funny. Even who they got for Superman was pretty spot on. It was Nicolas Cage.
No. So he finally got to play Superman.
Yeah. It worked. That's really pretty funny. I didn't even put that together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But overall, it was pretty. I mean, it just felt like a longer Teen Titans episode. So,
Right.
out of 5 trikes, I would probably have to go with 2. Yeah.
Okay.
You could wait for it to come out on DVD or Redbox.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to see it. Me personally. All right, so Mission Impossible 6.
Yes.
Big one that came out this weekend. That's making all the money currently. So obviously this is the 6th installment of the Mission Impossible series. Tom Cruise is back. Apparently he's 56. You guys know that?
No, I hadn't heard.
No way. He's
He
gotta
is.
be early 50s.
I'm telling you, he's 56.
Which I think this might be the last one. I think this would.
Before he dies?
Yeah.
We'll see.
You think there's potential for another one?
Oh, yeah.
He'll be 60 years old.
Harrison Ford is still doing Indiana Jones.
The mission will be should you choose to accept it, is wake up, get out of bed.
No, I think he'll still go on.
Pass the torch, maybe?
Maybe. But, so this time around, obviously Tom Cruise, he plays Ethan Hunt again, and this time he's got to go get some plutonium from some people that I don't remember who it was. Could be the Russians. I don't know. I don't remember. These plots are kind of hard to keep up with sometimes. But this time, people are returning. We got Ving Rhames again, who's I think has been in every one of these Mission Impossible films.
I think so, yeah.
Simon Pegg is back as Benji. Alec Baldwin is back. This time around, speaking of Henry Cavill, he's back as August Walker, a CIA agent sent to basically keep tabs on the IMF force, make sure they don't go do anything crazy. Who's also Angela Bassett's in it.
Vanessa Kirby. Man.
Oh, is she Elsa?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty. She's pretty.
Yeah.
Angela Bassett's also in as the head of the CIA. So yeah, Ethan Hunt this time, his mission is going to find retrieving some plutonium because somebody has it that's going to make bombs. You got to stop the bombs. It seems pretty straightforward, but there are certain things in this movie that I've never seen in a movie before, an action movie before. In the fact that the star is doing it himself, like we were talking about.
Right.
Tom Cruise is falling from that helicopter. Tom Cruise is
driving the motorcycle.
Driving that motorcycle through traffic. Tom Cruise is flying that helicopter. It's all him.
I'm pretty sure he made a deal with the devil, and
he must have.
Yeah.
He's immortal.
I'm starting to think that. And there's a great not to give anything away, but there's a great action scene at the very end that's pretty tense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Those helicopters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep they have to keep one-upping themselves every time.
And they managed to do so.
Yes, they did.
It's like Fast and Furious, but not stupid.
Exactly. But not stupid. I mean, I've been a fan of these Mission Impossible films since the first one came out when I was 11, by the way. That's when the first one came out.
Yeah.
And I've always enjoyed them. I thought they were fun, and this one's no exception.
This one, I do feel like even with the new James Bond movies, they have to do this a lot now. Wherever they go, they have to capitalize it, like Mumbai or Russia. Or, you know, that seems to be like a trend going on right now.
I mean, they have to like put it on. Talking about putting it on the screen, or yeah.
Like typewriter style too.
Yep.
Each letter coming in.
You have a little beep every time a letter comes in. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely a spy movie thing.
It is. It is. But man, it's like I said, it's a lot of fun. It has some really great action in it. It doesn't let up.
No, not at all.
It just goes from start to finish. It's I mean, we talked about at the very beginning. It's not I think it's my second favorite Mission Impossible film.
I'd say it's top 3 for myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they got some good fight scenes in it. Brutal fight scenes. That scene in the bathroom is absolutely... It'll hurt watching it.
Yeah.
It'll hurt you.
Well, and it didn't seem... Okay, a lot of the times, you know, when two people are fighting one person, it seems kind of fake because it's not as believable that one person, you know, has the wind knocked out of them.
Yeah.
You know, or they just like, but when he punches him in the throat, you know, he's laying there for a minute, like you're not going to be moving, you know, while he can fight the other dude.
No, it's a very realistic fight, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what a lot of these Mission Impossible movies are going for lately, is really honing in on the realism.
Mm-hmm. Without going over the top, you know, John Wick style.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, he's flying helicopters around and disarming nuclear bombs. I mean, there's a little fantasy there, but you're right. They don't go over the top with it, which I can appreciate. So out of 5,
bombs, nuclear bombs,
plutonium bombs.
All right, let's go with that. What are you giving it?
I'm at, I'd say 3, probably a 3.
Ironic.
Yeah.
I think I'm at a 3 as well.
Okay. I mean, there was a couple of parts that I did think it drug. I mean, the pacing was perfectly fine, but it did drag on a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they were jumping around all over the place. Mm-hmm. It was kind of difficult to keep track of who's who and who's a good guy, who's a bad guy. I'm like, all right, slow down, guy.
Yeah.
And you had to have remembered all these other people from like previous movies.
Yes.
Rather than making it more of a standalone kind of a installment.
And I'm not going to lie, I had no intention of seeing this movie.
Really?
Until I heard on 97.1 they have Tony Toscano come in. He said that it was surprisingly good, and I pretty much follow his word on anything.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we have similar tastes in movies. And then you said that it was really good.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I got to see this. So I will see it.
Make sure you watch the other ones first. All of the other movies first.
Yeah. Also, it does have some... It's not afraid to go for a joke every now and again, which is nice. It really played the humor really well. It didn't go overboard with that, and just enough.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree.
So yeah, there you go. And I still think, and I'm very upset this didn't happen, this is... It's Mission Impossible 6. It's MI6. Why they didn't get James Bond in there, I don't know. I'm very upset.
They did.
As a cameo.
They had Henry Cavill in there.
It's true. They could have a future James Bond in there.
Yeah.
But I wanted James Bond to pop up. Ever since the second one, when the poster said MI2, I said they need, as soon as they get to MI6, they need to have James Bond in there because it just makes sense.
They just both like bump into each other as they're like running away from like the police.
Yes, just that, just a little bump, just a little cameo. Blow my mind.
But who would they have had?
Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. Ah, that'd be so cool. Anyway, maybe one
a
day.
missed opportunity.
But I think it's totally different studios, so probably not. All right. Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con. Holy cow. Did they come correct this time? We got a buttload of trailers this time, and I'm surprised on some of them that actually liked it.
I think it's kind of funny because they try to keep it close-knit and nobody's supposed to know about this. But then, like, you just wait till the next day and you can just see them all online.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of cool to be there first, to see it first.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Aquaman trailer. I like Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
Hmm?
I liked him in the Justice League. And I like the direction they're going with this, with a lot of it being underwater. It looks like Game of Thrones underwater,
basically,
which I like. I think it looks cool. I like the swimming effects. I like that they're speaking to each other underwater. It's just,
and you've kind of got like the wavy hair going on as he's talking.
Yeah,
it's just those little subtle extra things that they add in there that kind of make it seem more believable.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like they're going for more of a funner tone with this one. They're not as dark.
They're going more of a Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So that got me excited, which is weird.
That you're excited about an Aquaman movie?
A DC movie.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone an Aquaman movie. And then we got a new show coming from the Simpsons and Futurama creator
which you can tell from looking at it.
Oh, yes. Sure. Yep. From Matt Groening. It's called Disenchanted. It's basically, it looks like The Simpsons, but set in the fantasy world.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, I can appreciate.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be dropping on Netflix, and the cool thing about this one is she's not like this damsel in distress.
Yeah.
She's saving people left and right and kind of doing her own thing, and it's like splashed with like a ton of humor.
You know what kind of reminds me of is Harmon Quest.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it kind of has that vibe.
Fantastic Beasts?
Yes. Fantastic Beasts. The Crimes of Grindelwald.
I'm so looking forward to more gritty Harry Potter universe movies like this one.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the first one. I like where the direction they're going with these. I like that it's set in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you get to see the wizarding world at this time. I think it's
in
really
America.
Cool. In America. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's fun.
Plus, I mean, you also see it look like in that trailer that you got to see him as a younger student.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which was kind of cool. And what he was most afraid of was just being stuck at a desk.
Yeah. And Dumbledore's teaching dark arts.
Yeah.
That I thought that was cool. That he was a dark arts teacher. I like that little subtle thing there.
I don't know. It makes more sense, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
Or that he can appreciate. Well, it just makes me think that Dumbledore had to work so much harder not to go down that darker path. It would have been pretty easy for him to do so.
Yeah.
I hope that the first 10 or 15 minutes of the movie is like the past, like Newt Scamander going through Hogwarts just each year, like
that'd be cool.
A few minutes of each one.
Yeah.
I think that would be really sweet.
Kind of get to see, him really starting to like animals and yeah.
Oh yeah. And
didn't he get kicked out of Hogwarts?
I'm pretty sure he's the one who put the giant squid in the Hogwarts lake, and no one can get it out.
Oh. I bet you're right. That's hilarious.
All the beasts, I like, even Fluffy because of him. The other thing that I thought was kind of cool about this trailer is even Johnny Depp looks to be pretty good.
Yeah.
right? That he's going to do a decent job. And I liked in the trailer when he was talking about there's not a beast that, or a monster that you can't love, or like something to that effect.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That he's going to be more empathetic towards, Grindelwald. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird because you're like, well, he's a villain, but at the same time, like he's probably manipulating these other creatures that he cares about and him. I don't know.
I wonder if they're going to go into the relationship between Dumbledore and Grindelwald.
The romantic side of things?
Yeah, the romantic side. They didn't allude to anything like that in the trailer.
The only part I saw is when Jude Law, as Dumbledore, said, I can't
be the one to take him down.
Yeah, it's got to be you.
I think that's also Dumbledore's thing, is passing off responsibility to younger kids.
It's true. Putting the younger people in danger. Yeah.
He's like, you go
take down Voldemort.
And it's kind of it is kind of his thing.
Well, it seems to me like Dumbledore's always playing chess because he knows, 10 steps ahead why this has to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else is just like, all right, I trust you. Let's see what happens.
I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that. And then Glass.
I am so excited for this movie.
I didn't think I was going to be, but I very much so am. Because it makes me wonder what they're actually... because they all think they're superheroes.
I love the fact that they're playing up the psychological angle of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's great. Because then you wonder, are they really? Is it all in their mind?
What are they actually really doing? And, you're going to get some reoccurring, characters from Split in this movie.
Yep.
Which, it seemed kind of weird. What's the girl's name? That's talking to... the Beast, basically.
You mean the actresses?
Main girl from Split?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember.
But, it seemed kind of weird that she, almost visits him and is talking to some of these other characters.
Well, I think what they're doing... Because she formed a bond with some of his other personalities a little bit.
Yeah.
I think she might be coming to talk to those personalities and not...
To try to talk them out of him going full-on blown crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll have to go back and rewatch Unbreakable and Split before I see that. To kind of get a refresher course on it. Godzilla King of the Monsters. This looks fun.
No.
I don't care how good this movie is. I think that they should stop trying with the Godzilla movies.
I think at this point, though, it's kind of a Hollywood tradition. I don't think it's ever going to die. Much like Godzilla himself.
I do feel bad that they're whoring out the Game of Thrones, or not the Game of Thrones girl, the Stranger Things girl, because that's the reason why most people are going to go see this movie.
They're whoring
her out.
She's not of age. But you're absolutely right.
You're right.
I feel like they're using her to get people to come see the movie.
Probably. Look, come for the 11, stay for the Godzilla. And I liked the last Godzilla movie we had with Bryan Cranston and that. I thought it was pretty good. I've always enjoyed me a Godzilla movie every now and again.
It reminded me way too much of
that Matthew Broderick one.
Pacific Rim. I was waiting for
Well, I like the premise behind this movie, that it's Godzilla is a titan, and then there are other titans on the planet, which I think is cool. If they had called it Titans, I probably would be more likely to see it. But then I saw,
they're pouring out Godzilla
when he came up out of the water and he shot that lightning beam or that light beam up in the air. I was like, that looks a lot like Godzilla. And then at the end, they're like Godzilla, and I was like, oh no, I wanted to see this movie until this point.
To me, it kind of bugs me. Some of these movies that they do where it's larger than life creatures, it doesn't seem that believable. And it kind of takes me out of the movie because they're just running around dodging these big arms and limbs.
Agree to disagree. No, honestly, I think they're going to focus more on the monsters because there's more monsters in it. I mean, there's
Godzilla's
Godzilla.
going to have to take down all these other monsters, and the humans are just going to be kind of
well, this is dangerous.
Fodder.
Let's run away. Yeah.
Well, where are these creatures all hiding from? Earth's been pretty much discovered.
You saw a volcano. You saw a glacier. I think they're just...
under the water.
Yeah.
Dormant.
I bet you one is under Niagara Falls. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because they're the 7 wonders.
No, they're gonna bust out of like Mount Rushmore.
Yes, each one has a head.
Well, that one was it 3 or 4 headed?
3-headed.
creature? Yeah.
With the wings.
Classic Godzilla monster.
I mean,
right
I'm
there.
gonna see it, but I don't know how much I'm gonna like it.
Use Movie Pass to see.
I'll see it, but I won't like it. I think it looks fun, personally. I think they're gonna eventually tie in King Kong in there as well.
I was waiting to see King Kong in the mix.
I think they take place in the same universe.
The only problem is King Kong, at least in the last movie, Skull Island, he wasn't all that tall. He was like 150 feet.
He wasn't full grown yet. That's what they said. They made a point of saying he wasn't full grown
And
yet.
he's the last of his kind.
Yeah.
I am the last of my kind.
I am the last one.
Name that movie. No?
Dragonheart.
Thank you.
Sean
Man,
Connery.
that's an old movie. Holy cow.
That's a great movie.
That
That's
is a
like
great
my
movie.
favorite dragon movie.
How to Train Your Dragon with Sean Connery. All right. George R.R. Martin's Night Flyers. You want to talk about whoring somebody out?
Somebody that's on his deathbed, right?
They call it George R.R. Martin's Night Flyers.
11's Godzilla.
I can take or leave this one, honestly. I mean, apparently it's based on a graphic novel.
Mm-hmm. It looked really sci-fi-esque.
Yes.
And I did think it was kind of crazy with some of the scenes where they're like, he sees his little kid down the hallway.
Yeah.
That was pretty gnarly.
I'm just, I wasn't too excited about that one.
Yeah.
This one, on the other hand, though, The Orville, Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I love The Orville.
Yeah.
I think it is a great show.
The Star Trek that should have been.
Yes.
They don't take themselves too seriously, and they still like have fun with it, but you actually kind of are on the edge of your seat with some of these different stories.
They have actual problems, but they're lighthearted.
Star Trek with like real people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I love Seth MacFarlane, so
Yeah.
I'm all in with that one. This one was a surprise. Shazam. I was not expecting much with this movie.
And I've watched this trailer like 4 or 5 times.
Me too.
I love it.
Me too. And everybody I've talked to, everybody was like, that trailer's freaking awesome. It is funny. It looks cool. The effects look cool.
His suit still, to me, reminds me too much like the Tick. You know what I mean? That bulky, over the top.
Yeah. I think that's
suit.
I think that's kind of the comedy to it, though.
Yeah.
Being that he's a kid that grows up, well, not grows up, but turns into a man. I don't know. I think that was kind of on purpose.
He'll have to try pretty hard to kind of as an adult play a kid.
I don't know. Zachary Levi's I think he has the talent to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People are calling it Big, but with superheroes, and it looks like that's exactly what it is.
Sup? I'm a superhero.
Yeah.
As he's like walking out with all the like candy and stuff.
And I feel like this is where they start learning from Marvel films is you can add comedy in there.
Yes.
And have the movie be centered around the comedy part and not be so freaking serious and dark all the time.
Yes, you can make it lighthearted. You can have jokes in there. It's okay.
Don't scream.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it looks great. And Shazam, Captain Marvel, whatever you want to call him, never been my favorite superhero, but this looks really good.
I think he'll kind of be incorporated into the other DC movies, or is it more of a standalone?
He's coming. I think he'll be part of the Justice League eventually.
Ooh, that'd be pretty cool.
And you know what's crazy? There's no backlash of him being white.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, it's weird. Racism is alive.
And I want to see him and The Rock as Black Adam go at it. I'm waiting for that. So yeah, that's going to be really good. The next one, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that's excited about this. Star Trek Discovery Season 2.
Have you already finished the first season? I
have, and it's great. As an old Trekkie, as a decades-old Trekkie,
yeah,
it's good to see, much like the Orville, they're taking Star Trek, but kind of turning it on its head and putting it into a different direction. Whereas Orville went more lighthearted, this one is going more darker. This one is showing the dark, ugly side of space and what would really happen if we were talking and communicating with aliens. Because not all aliens are going to be nice.
Yeah.
You know?
And friendly and come in peace.
There's some out there's going to be hostile and are cannibals and all that stuff. And
you have to pick and choose, and that's why you don't see this all the time. But they have to kind of do their research.
Yes.
Before they go into these places to make sure that they can even breathe, as well as they're not going to get attacked and killed.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I enjoy that. I enjoy that show. The Walking Dead season 9.
This show needs to die.
Yeah, I have zero interest in this. I didn't even watch this trailer.
Someone needs to put a bullet in that.
I did watch it, and I can already see that it's going to be going a new direction. Maggie's going to be taking over, it looks like.
She's going to be eventually leaving.
Yeah.
And Rick is going to be leaving during this season.
Yeah, they're going to have to rely on Daryl to kind of lead the charge.
Yeah, good luck.
Right?
Because Norman Reedus ain't the guy to put your whole TV series on.
No.
He's got about as much charisma as a wet sock. Let's see how we can pass that one.
That was pretty much it.
That's it, yeah. That's all. Oh, plus the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Season 7. I'm so excited.
That's what makes me want to watch the Clone Wars again.
I am so
Is that for
glad.
watching that trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that show is coming back for one last season. I love the Clone Wars cartoon. It is so good. It looks like they're going to be tying up loose ends, and all the original cast is coming back. And
this to me kind of reminds me a lot of them doing. You're just as excited as I was for them bringing back Samurai Jack. For a 5th season, to kind of tie up everything. So yeah, I'll be happy for you. I'll for sure probably watch it too.
Have you seen Clone Wars?
No.
I mean,
I've seen a couple episodes. Yeah.
I think you'd like it.
Okay.
I'll say this: it gives a little credence to the prequels. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah. It makes you almost appreciate what's going on in the prequels a bit more.
Sad that those movies have to be redeemed by a cartoon.
Yeah.
But
well, they weren't able to say everything that they could in a 2-hour block.
Mm-hmm.
When you see the larger galaxy of that time period and everything that's going on, you're like, oh, that's actually interesting. I wish they would have done that in episodes 1, 2, and 3. That would have actually been cool.
This just helps redeem those movies, right?
A little bit. A little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still crap. But it gives them there's a little bit there. Okay. All right, well, man, it's kind of a longer one, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here's where you can find all of our episodes. You can go to worldwarg.podbean.com or go to cosmicpotato.com. We're also over there. You can also find us on iTunes and Google Play. Just search World War G. We're also on social media. We're on Facebook.com/World War G podcast. On Twitter and Instagram. No, honestly, we don't do much with those. Just search at WWG podcast. You can find all of our merchandise, our shirts, which I'm wearing right now, at shop.spreadshirt.com/World War G. You can also email us anytime.
Day or night.
At worldwgpodcast@gmail.com. Also remember you can call or text the show at any time at 385-240-1692.
Unless you've got hateful things to say.
Not even then.
Yeah.
Even then you'll probably get on the podcast.
We'll take what we can get.
Yeah, you'll go right to the front of the line if you hate us. All right, so this has been World War G episode 184. That has been AJ.
That has been Troy.
And I've been Colton.
Stay geeky, my friends. And screw you, Movie Pass? I don't know.
That's all, folks.